In the unforgiving crucible of the Ice Age, the first chapter of our story was not written in words, but etched into the frozen earth by the desperate pulse of survival. Here, life is a stark equation of endurance against extinction, a relentless forward motion driven by the primal need to see another dawn. This is the dawn of consciousness, where the gaze turns from mere seeing to observing, from instinct to inquiry. The world is no longer just a threat, but a puzzle to be understood. In the vast, silent theater of the Arctic, a new opportunity emerges from the sea, a promise of sustenance, if they can bridge the gap between need and capability. Their upright posture is more than an anatomical shift, it is a declaration they are no longer just creatures of the earth, but surveyors of its horizons. A silent negotiation unfolds. Observation gives way to strategy as the mind begins to map a path to reward, weighing risk against the profound pull of hunger. The approach is a ballet of caution and intent. In these moments, the blueprint for cooperative hunting, a cornerstone of social evolution, is being drafted. Nature, in its indifferent majesty, offers a constant reminder of the world's brutal hierarchy, a world they intend not just to survive, but to master. Every step across the ice is an act of collective will, a testament to the growing strength of the group alone. They are vulnerable together, they are a force of burgeoning intelligence. With coordinated effort, they close in a fusion of individual minds into a single, predatory purpose. This is the intellect weaponized. The hunt is a violent, visceral success, but the true triumph lies in the aftermath, the shared burden. The journey home is won. As the seals escape to the safety of the sea, this small band of hominins has secured a vital victory, a temporary reprieve in the endless war against scarcity. The prize is carried back, a heavy, tangible symbol of their collective strength and nascent ingenuity. This is more than food, it is fuel for the future. One body, lifted by many hands in this act, the foundations of community, mutual dependence and shared responsibility, are made manifest. The journey continues, not as a desperate flight, but as a purposeful procession. They are no longer just wandering, they are returning. They carry their future on their shoulders, marching from the barren expanse of the hunt toward the promise of a sanctuary, a place they will transform into a home. The placement of the kill is a deliberate, almost ceremonial act. It marks the center of their world, the focal point around which their society will soon revolve. A moment of quiet contemplation follows the exertion. The mind, now free from the immediate hunt, turns to the next great challenge, unlocking the energy held within their prize. The gathering of wood is not a chore, but an investment. Each branch is a piece of a technological puzzle that, when solved, will fundamentally alter their existence. They move with a shared understanding, a silent script of cooperation that signals a sophisticated social structure taking root. They have brought the resources together now. The critical moment arrives, the leap of imagination required to turn inert wood and stone into a living flame. And then, a spark through friction and relentless effort. A single mind coaxes a miracle from the mundane. This is not just fire, it is the dawn of a new age, a Promethean gift they give to themselves. The campfire becomes the first true home. It is a bastion against the cold and the dark, a circle of warmth that draws them together, transforming a simple group into a society. The application of heat to flesh is a revolutionary act. Cooking meat unlocks new worlds of energy, fueling the expansion of the very brain that conceived of it. They watch, mesmerized by the alchemical transformation. The aroma of cooking food is the scent of progress, a sensory confirmation of their growing dominance. Around the fire, the first stories may have been told, not in language, but in shared glances of satisfaction and relief. The social contract is forged in fire and flesh. The first taste of cooked meat is a revelation, a burst of energy and flavor that validates the entire chain of observation, cooperation, and invention. This act of eating is communal. The sharing of food is the sharing of life, an unspoken agreement that strengthens the bonds of the clan. He offers her a piece of cooked fat, the most prized part, an act of care, of provision, a gesture that speaks volumes about emerging social complexities and pair bonding. In this shared meal, we see the beginnings of culture. Rituals are born, hierarchies are subtly expressed, and the group identity solidifies with every bite. They eat together, equals in survival, their faces illuminated by the flame of their own creation. They have conquered the night, and with it, a piece of their own primal fear. The firelight reveals a new depth in their eyes, not just the sharp focus of a predator, but the soft glow of introspection. A mind is waking up to itself. But the wilderness is ever present. The appearance of the wolf is a reminder that they are not the only intelligence, not the only successful hunter in this frozen world. Yet, by the fire's grace, they are secure. They have carved out a space of safety, a sanctuary built by their own intellect, allowing them a moment of peace in a hostile land. Empowered by warmth and sustenance, they journey onward. There is a new confidence in their stride, the walk of a species that is beginning to understand its own power. They move through the world not merely as its subjects, but as its emerging protagonists. The landscape is no longer just an obstacle, it is a stage for their unfolding drama. Their unity is their strength. This disciplined, forward march is the physical expression of a species transitioning from reactive survival to proactive exploration. They are a family, a clan, a tribe in its infancy. The bonds forged in hardship and shared success are the invisible threads holding their new world together. Suddenly, an old foe returns. The brute force of the past confronts the rising intelligence of the future, but the terms of the engagement have changed. Panic gives way to analysis. Instead of scattering, they hold their ground, their minds racing to find a solution beyond simple flight. Their fear is palpable, but it is now tempered by thought. They are no longer driven solely by the lizard brain. The frontal lobe is beginning to assert its command. They run, but this is not a retreat, it is a strategic relocation, an attempt to change the battlefield to one that favors intellect over instinct. They seek high ground, a simple yet brilliant tactical decision. They will use the landscape itself as a tool, a shield against the fury of the beast. The climb is a vertical ascent toward safety, a powerful metaphor for their own evolutionary trajectory. They are rising above the primal struggle. From this new vantage point, they are no longer the hunted, they are observers, analysts studying their adversary from a position of intellectual and physical superiority. The beast circles below, trapped by its own earthbound power, while the hominins are protected by their newfound ingenuity. A critical turning point has been reached. Fear transforms into a shared, focused intensity in their eyes. We see the birth of strategic thinking, the ability to assess a threat, predict its behavior, and plan a response. The creature, defeated not by force but by foresight, finally retreats. The hominins have proven that the greatest weapon is not the claw or the horn, but the mind. As they watch the fading light, they are no longer just a band of survivors. They are the architects of their own destiny, poised on the cusp of tomorrow, ready to inherit the earth.